And for the fact, that's me, DC, the brain supreme. And my man Steve Rowland. We're kicking the flow. We're kicking the flow. And it goes a little something like this.
Jersey Shore music in the house. Perfect for the Jersey Rat. STB 222 here. Bass in Your Face is over. Recaps are done. Thought I'd start looking in some other areas of the site to give my view on. So the thread of the hour, the thread of the day, probably the thread of the week, maybe the thread of the fucking year. The Jersey Rat giving us a treat. See what's in here. Unmoderated train wreck. Come on and troll away, folks. Oh, and something about a carbon fiber wheel set and Kesha, I think it is. So this one got started right from the start. Shit right away. Carbon fiber wheels. Reynolds, Black Label. Probably a pretty sweet wheel set. Reynolds, the Walmart brand of the carbon fiber industry, maybe even below China Carbon. China Carbon with a brand name, maybe above that. No doubt, i9 hubs, they're sick, obviously. So let's see what happened. So we mounted them, blah, blah, blah. We got a red Santa Cruz. I'm embarrassed as fuck. I have a red Santa Cruz. The reason I have a red Santa Cruz is because it was a leftover. And so it just happened that way. Red wouldn't be my choice. But fuck, man, I'm spray bombing that thing right when I get home today. So right from the start, we knew it. Jim from the office. Oh, baby. What do we got going on here? All right. 27 plus. Da-da-da-da-da. Not much going on here. And then right on the elevation correct. You guys know I fucking work with GPS stuff for my job. The Garmin's are fucking shit. All of it is shit. iPhones and everything. But everybody thinks they're good, so whatever. But elevation's probably the worst thing out of all of it. And looking at like percent grade and stuff. So that kind of kicked off. Well, let's see. The biggest joke here, I get it. Hartshorn has these small climbs, and there's a lot of them. You basically just go up and down, up and down, up and down. But come on, what are we talking about climbing at Hartshorn? Sure, if you live down there, that's where you're hitting it. You're doing your intervals, whatever. It's a workout, but it's, come on, it's Hartshorn, and it's these little climbs. So Chris G getting in on the action. And before he was like, fuck this, I'm out of here once he saw this. So pretty much right away, this thread goes down the shitter. Rob W, 22% climb. It's got to be 22% for like 10 feet. And if it is, it's all blown out, I'm sure. So RS America was the one that sold him the wheel set, so he's partially responsible for this thread. So everybody's accountable. Dave Taylor, 41 miles at Hartshorn. So I've never been there, but 41 miles where you have to overlap the crap you ride multiple times. And wasn't Dave the same guy that wanted to do Chimney Rock, do like a century there or something on like President's Day weekend or stuff like that? So I don't know. Dice. Rick posting the dice. So just more back and forth here about the Garmin. Everyone's having their pissing Garmin matches. It autocorrects. Strava does not autocorrect. It's okay, but it doesn't fix the stuff. There's me calling out that. Patrick is getting in on it. Obviously, he's done some developing using GIS data, so he kind of knows. So then, there's just more of this blah, 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 back and forth. Oh, man, ADHD, here we go. The slide's starting to happen. Oh, Matty B getting in on it. kind of makes me wonder when the last time Matty B actually sat on a bike. You know, Pooh Riggy is getting in on it. He's the Michael Scott of the internet. Yeah, it's where we're at. It's where we're at. Patrick, more stuff. Trying to skim some GPS data, topo maps. Oh, yes. So, got the pumping quads. Jim calling him out because he's got like the biggest quads on the face of the earth. Oh man, Jim's back. Man, you get these treats sometimes, and you just got to go with them. So, you know, now the Jersey Rat calling Jim out for climbing. So I think you guys know at one point Jim used to murder some climbs. Since that time, you know, he's focused more on the TT and the mega ultra endurance crap. But, you know, he could hit some climbs in his day before his quads started to weigh 25 pounds each. So I think the Jersey Rat's in that same mode. You know, I think we all know, you know, Mountain Bike Mike can jump in that pumping some iron. Oh, no, here we go again. The same old story. The Fred story, all these, the Norm story, the Utah story. I was fat, now I'm not. Now I'm gonna murder some bitches. We get it. Such an old story. You know, some of us were never fat, and hopefully we'll never be fat. So this fat story, I just don't get it. Biggest Loser. Okay, so you know, here we go. Jim's quads are so fucking strong, he literally shreds pedals off it. Like, we know he's a killer. NX cranks, what are NX cranks doing on that, Jim? Maybe it's because he breaks the more expensive cranks. So I don't know, is that Gilmore Girls? It wouldn't be surprised if Rick just binge watches that all weekend long. So back and forth. Now we're talking about breaking off pedals. Now we're talking about that Hartshorn or wherever close to there is the highest point in the Eastern Seaboard. So the Eastern Seaboard's flat as shit, but no way is it higher than the stuff in Maine. So it's like, oh, everything below Maine. All right, so somewhere over there, Pooh Riggy showing his knowledge of the area. So now the popcorn's coming out. OSS has entered the thread. I'm just going to ignore the dick size thing. You know, whenever Paul H comes in, like, you just know it's gotten to such a shit point that there's no coming back. So further down, blah, blah, blah. Everyone knows the highest hill. You know, everyone's like, dude, you're going to get banned. So then Jim posts up that he's been trolling Kesha's Wikipedia site. So I don't know, you know, how you get on that kind of course that you're trolling Wikipedia. Like, I don't know. I just never thought of really doing that. I know it's an open source. Anybody can go in there, or at least at some point anybody could, and until people start flagging. But so he's been trolling Kesha's site, and then you know, showing a couple of things of how he's gotten banned. So that was you know, an interesting turn of events. And then you know, Rob W calling out the picture of the legs. I don't even know where this thing started to go from this point. So One Piece is trying to get back on track. Talk about elevation. When this started out as a carbon fiber wheel thread, you know, everyone's saying it's kind of weird that Jim does that. So here, 300-foot climbs. Oh man, how do you say that? Is it? I always say it Santees. I don't even know how to fucking say it. I'm not even gonna bother. Oh man. All right, Miss Junior. I think Miss JR. Sorry, that was not intended. Miss JR, dumbfounded. Yes, it is an OSS thread on steroids. Paul H is to blame. He came in here, and it's what happens when OSS comes out of its pen. Clarkenstein getting in on this. Little Happy Gilmore action. Oh man, popcorn's all over the place. Jim, more Kesha. Yep, gasoline on the fire. You know it, baby. No holds barred at this point. Somehow bladder issues are coming in on the mix. Kesha. So, I mean, this just further just spirals down. Oh, how many PRs? There's just all kinds of stuff. So this is kind of interesting. We went from Maxis Minion DHF, I think it was, at Allaire, to now we got carbon wheels, 27.5 plus, and we're putting Maxis Recon tires on it. So maybe that has to do with your PRs, other than running a downhill tire at Allaire. Maybe the Recons, which probably literally have half the rolling resistance of that. Maddie saying, do you have a carbon seat post? No, he has a Fox dropper. I didn't even read half this crap before. It's just such a clusterfuck. So more stuff here. Everyone's piling on up. Now Dave Taylor's calling people out. $150 in cash to beat me up any climb. I guess that was the One Piece crank. People asking who Kesh is. So further down, I think everybody is jumping in on this thread. Norm coming in, Strecking in. Oh man, people trying to mention pork roll. Oh, there she is, Kesha. This was actually pretty funny. That I don't know if this is the one, but where he changed the website to MTBNJ. Like, it's just dumb stuff. It literally doesn't mean anything to anybody other than the 20 people that come on this site on a regular basis. So, we keep going on. And this is the one where Kesha, her website is MTBNJ. Now, I'm sure that brings on all kinds of potential trolling and not trolling, but spam and stuff like that. But so here I am. Dave Taylor said something about half-hour climbs in New Jersey, and I was curious of where these half-hour climbs are. They sure as shit aren't on the road. Maybe on the mountain bike I can get that if you link together a bunch of stuff. So now we're on Cardiac Hill. Captain Brainstorm, a relatively new addition to MTBNJ. That's a lot of words. I'm not reading that. Now I don't even know where we're going. I'm just gonna I don't even know if I skipped a page there. I don't think it matters. Yep, couple climbs. The Gok getting in on it. Is that a picture of the Gok? Am I supposed to know who that is? There's MTBNJ again. Tim Bay. I'm not even sure who Tim Bay is. Is he an OOSer? Let's see. But we're still talking about hills. Bing Bang Bone Buster. Okay. More stuff with Jim. I don't know what the deal with the Wikipedia stuff is. Yeah, something's going on there. All right, Rider X. Literally, this thread, it's like a black hole. It's sucking everybody else in. Bloomsbury climb 579, longest in New Jersey. There's got to be something longer up north. But that 579 one, that shit hurts. There's some steep sections there, that big switchback thing. That thing does hurt, but it's less than, I think, a 10-minute climb. High Point Sun, get it? Atlantic Highlands, because that's where Jay and Silent Bob are actually from in real life. It's the highest place in New Jersey. Captain Brainstorm coming out with a fucking good one. Patrick, I don't even know. You can't follow that up with anything kind of lame. So yes, I will say Patrick is right. There's a lot difference in doing those small little climbs comparing to one longer climb. It's just a totally different thing. So Juggernaut's in here. I'm not even going to attempt that screen name. So still talking about elevation. And then some noob talk, double climbs. All right, Paul H., more cheeseburgers. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to help you. But if they're Mickey D's cheeseburgers, maybe. So Norm noticing this thing's crashing hard. This thing has crashed. It is on fire, and everybody's coming to see the carnage. So then, moderation. Yeah, like you can't be doing threads like this. Like, come on, you guys know. I can torque some shit up on trolling and whatever, but yeah, you gotta know. So Jay Short getting in on the action. A couple words of advice. Yes, the search functionality does suck with MTBNJ, but Google is pretty good at searching MTBNJ, we'll say, when we're trying to dig something out. Yep, so making a little bit of a rant here. And then I think this is when the title got changed. Goat Simulator, Utah Joe trying to bring this thing back around. I think it's far past where it needs to be. But just suggesting bring a pump with you. And then the Gawk. Come on, we're not gonna tell you the Gawk Pearl. This thing is so big it sucked Pearl in. Usually he doesn't fuck with these cut some of these threads. Jesus was liberal. I don't even know. I didn't even read all this crap, but Magic getting in on it. Nobody liked his post. I'm not sure what these Thomas things are with the Gawk. He did it during Bass in Your Face, and it's kind of weird. But if Jesus was a liberal, he also wrote a fixie. I think everybody knows that. People that are down with the JC sure as shit know that. I'm not one of them, but the Jersey Rat, extremely offensive. Yeah, so 2-hour bonus for Tricky Jesus. WB. Some of these people I don't even see post anyplace else, but man, this thing sucked it in. So, just keep. Oh, and here we are, Johnny Utah. He's getting in on the action. Back from his Bass in Your Face banishment. So, oh man, now it's done. Oh, do people on here have zero self-control? Jersey Rat. Yeah. All right, I'll give you that one. I'm gonna like that one right now. So this thread completely out of control. Give everybody a little enjoyment, but honestly, shit's got to be locked up. STB 222. That's how I see this thread.